Chesapeake Valor is going to have a lot of similarities to Alaskan Courage in the sense that the setting will be a big part, play a big role in the stories. And there is still a really strong family feel. There'll be romance and some suspense and all the things that I think readers kind of anticipate when they open one of my books. While the characters still enjoy adventure, adventure won't be a primary role of their profession. Instead, they're in law enforcement. Instead of a family, they're four very close friends, which are like family, and so there's still that family feel, I think, but in a different way. And so it's going to be interesting, and it's for men, and so then the stories focus on them and then the women that come into their lives. I was very blessed that I contacted people and they were very gracious to work with me. For example, the heroine in my story, Finley Scott, is a forensic anthropologist. And I was fortunate enough to connect with a forensic anthropologist. She's actually an assistant professor up in Michigan at one of the universities, and she works on a consulting basis with two of the county's law enforcement agencies. So it was wonderful. This lady was so helpful, and we had a lot of different phone calls, and I read several textbooks actually for forensic anthropologist students. Griffin, who's the hero in the story, is a park ranger up at Gettysburg. So we did a Gettysburg private tour, which was amazing, getting kind of that one-on-one time, and then him asking, what is it you really want to know? And so I got to ask really specific questions, and we were able to take photographs of certain areas and certain things that were kind of key to the story. And there's a police officer who's with the Baltimore County Police, and he's been really helpful in the law enforcement questions. So yeah, it's been wonderful. It's been amazing learning about different careers, and even learning about locations that I'm very familiar with, but once you start kind of digging a little deeper, you find a lot more history there than you realized, and so that's been really fun. Chesapeake Bay area is where I live. Chesapeake Bay covers Maryland and Virginia, and I was raised in Virginia, and I've spent the last 20-some years in Maryland, so I'm very familiar with the Bay. And what I really find fascinating is the maritime culture that's there, the nautical history. We have Fort McHenry, which is famous for Francis Scott Key and Star Spangled Banner, and we have maritime museums all throughout. Just a fascinating area, I think. And then you have, you're right along the 95 corridor, so you mix in this beautiful scenic area, and then you add in, DC, you've got FBI, you've got CIA, you've got NSA, so for the suspense aspect, there's so much available there as well. So I just thought it would be a really nice combination for scenic atmosphere as well as suspense possibilities.